Taurus, welcome back for another channel message. I got the download that somebody will be confessing to you their true feelings in regards to a family situation. Okay, so there's something that has occurred between you and a family member. That's the download that I got. Now, this family member can be someone that you are married to, engaged to, extended family members, or your direct lineage. Either way, you'll know if this message is for you. Claim it when it resonates, leave it until it does. All messages are timeless, just like you. So let's go ahead and jump right into these channel messages. Thank you, as always, Taurus, for exchanging time and love with me over here on this channel. And if y'all are new, welcome home. Welcome to the Love Nest, y'all. Let's see. There's been some, I heard animosity, some hard feelings, some speculations and things like that, and someone's going to finally kind of tell you exactly where their apprehension stood from, why they said what they said, did what they did, or X, Y, and Z. All right, I don't know exactly the story just yet, but that's what we're tapped into. So let's stuff this candle out and get it. Okay. Especially if you've been dealing with someone that has been apprehensive to talk to you, communicate to you. There's some past situations that were never talked about or discussed, and I feel like someone's consciousness is going to be kicking in, and they want to get something off their chest. All right, they want to get something off their chest. This is going to be the key that unlocks a mystery that's been held for a minute, okay, in regards to someone here. I don't know what it's about. It's going to be very unexpected. All right, so this is going to require from you some type of courage. All right, you got to go through this experience, and Spirit is here to help you navigate through this experience. This is going to be a milestone for you, a very major milestone on your journey. It's a testament to who you are, right? But it's going to unlock some type of path of ascension for you. I heard essentially, okay? Especially if you're dealing with situations where people necessarily didn't really care for your spiritual practices or your belief. There's also someone that may have been feeling as if maybe you were preying on someone's downfall. So there's some trust issues. Okay, somebody felt like maybe you were preying on their downfall, or if you do anything like spiritual workings, candle magic, manifestation, praying, whatever your conviction is, someone didn't agree with your belief systems, and they felt like they didn't want to get involved. They didn't want to be tied to or affiliated. But that's a lack of knowledge. Okay, there's an energy of here, ignorance. Not knowing something can make people act irrationally and respond in a certain type of way where they start to judge you or become very prejudiced of your cultural perspectives, right? Your religions, and they can feel as if there's some advantage being taken of. Okay, so let's see. This is gonna bust someone's heart wide open, and you tell them bring it back. Well, they're gonna feel better. They're gonna feel better, especially if they've been. Oh, I'm seeing here. Like it's not just you. It may be like someone in your family that feels like everyone in the family is self-centered. They have no desire to build. They will see people working hard and they don't want to help. And so you may have been grouped off into that type of category. I just feel like you're different, right? You're not the type of person, I'm not picking up this energy where I'm tapped into a Taurus. That's the type of person that super oversteps their boundaries, right? You respect other people's boundaries. So unless someone comes to you and asks you for inquiries or asks you to break bread with them, whether it be through knowledge or, you know, exchange, giving and receiving, you're not going to force your ideologies on another person, your philosophies on another person. So if a person comes to you, then they're divinely guided to you, right? But if a person doesn't come to you, then that would put you in a position where it's like, you know, I'm not here to force my beliefs onto other people or try to convert them. Only converters walk around, you know, soliciting and giving information to people that aren't ready to receive it. And so I feel like that's where you kind of, you know, that's where you can get stuck in situations where people feel like you are forcing them to change who they are, or conspiring against them and trying to get them to think like you think and believe like you think. And so you've learned that that's not real love. Love accepts people as they are. And I think that's kind of the language barrier or the communication barrier between you and this family dynamic. All right. That's not how manifestation doesn't have to be forced. What will, and what isn't. So we have manifesting, multidimensional, perception, attunement. We have the loving woman. Oh, look at you all caring. Man and woman, doesn't matter. You are very loving. You're very caring. And you've learned along your way that you can't take everybody with you. If you try to take everybody with you, it will slow you down. It will make certain things for you, doors closed for you. You won't be honoring your soul's mission and your soul's purpose. And that's of the ego, right? So a part of your journey has been essentially learning how to accept that it is of the ego's desire to try to get everyone to believe all in one encompassing belief system, one encompassing thought process, a robotic mindset, right? A paradigm, a pyramid. And so as a part of your spiritual attunement and your spiritual ascension, you have been faced with many trials and many tests to show yourself approved, right? That you are not just saying things that you don't necessarily walk by. You're not just putting on a show or a facade for the sake of humanity and their cognitive dissonance. You're existing the way in which you would like to experience your reality, thus allowing you to manifest at the rapid rate that you do, generate at the rapid rate in which you do. And so I feel like you don't subscribe. You don't require people to subscribe to your belief systems. You don't require people to convert to how you choose to channel your love or your expression of unity for humanity. You are a true, genuine, loving person here. And that's not easy, which means you have a great testimony. All right. You have an anointing over your life. It takes courage to walk through these valleys, these confusing situations. So you are not a dictator. A lot of blue is here, so it's giving me it's showing me how you communicate, how you go with the flow. All is love. You know what I'm saying? All is love. And that may be why you don't necessarily subscribe to a specific thing. You may have a love for all cultures, and you may, honor all cultures and study the philosophies of many great leaders, shamans. You also have a wonder for nature. Okay, just how nature will, harmonize itself. This is big energy. And it's not easy. It's not easy to feel this free. Because as you go about your journey, you're going to meet so many people that struggle to see why you are the way you are. And I feel like someone's going to finally have a conversation with you about this. They want to know, like, what's your belief systems? Who do you believe in? Who do you call in? Who do you call on? Are you spiritual? Are you religious? Are you that? You could be having an interview as well. I am seeing here. Some of you, this may come in the form of an interview. You may be telling your story, all right? Or someone is sharing their story with you about how, the consciousness that's kicking in for them, right? They may not be taking this particular path as you, but they do believe in manifestation and spirituality. You see what I'm saying? But with the Six of Wands, this is telling me that you have great purpose, and it's going to require a lot of strength, especially if you guys are confronting direct family members, people that you've grown up with in some capacity. It's a rite of passage for you that I'm seeing. You don't have to go back to those belief systems. You don't have to go back in hiding. You don't have to cover up who you are and where you stand. And it doesn't have to have a name, a description. It doesn't have to have a title for it. I feel like I'm tapped into a Taurus energy that doesn't necessarily have a title for what they are. They're just free. And that's kind of hard for a lot of people that aren't on this destiny, that doesn't have your soul's mission to comprehend, understand, or overstand. You come off very mysterious. People want to learn from you, but at the same time, they're unsure if it's the right thing to do. Is it of the light or is it of the dark, Multi-dimensional perception. So this is about your perception. What I told you. So there's a lot of lies that have been told about the universe. There's a lot of things that are still hidden. How you interact with the universe, how you perform with the universe. And I feel like you've gone on a journey, Taurus, of uncovering those truths, right? And you've been around people that use it for good and people that use it for bad. It's not, you've learned along your journey thus far that it's not the practice, it's the practitioner that separates the use or the tools and resources that the universe provides to be either this or that. They're the ones that gave it a right or wrong or this or that, and you stand in the space of honesty. There isn't only one way, and you would be a liar if you were to continue pushing that agenda or that narrative that says that there's only one way to reach a level of ascension, or only one way. Because I'm hearing Jedi. This is making me think of Star Wars. I don't know why. Majority of the intentions behind covering or non-disclosing this type of information is due to fear. Fear that if it's in the wrong hands, that it will be used in the wrong way. So you're always being watched with a fine-tooth comb. You're always being observed. And with that type of power comes great responsibility. So you are a power source. That's what I'm hearing here. And since you are a power source, that means that you're a leader. That means that you're a trailblazer. That means that the way you live your life is paving the way for so many people after you. It's not a sin to know your heart's desires, okay? Because manifestation is about your heart's desires. It's not a sin to know your heart's desires. It's avoiding those emotions, avoiding what your heart desires, avoiding those emotions only creates tower moments. It creates catastrophe because you're denying the soul, you're denying the self, right? But there's this fear where it's like, oh, if the person's mind isn't fixed properly, if the person isn't governed, then it'll be all haywire, it'll be wild, it will grow untamed. And so this belief that you have to tame something that was designed to flourish and feel free, comes from that level of consciousness that encourages people to believe that you have to deny yourself the experience at all of the emotion of grief, instead of encouraging you to process those emotions and to, seek help and therapy, instead of encouraging you to see where that fear stands from, see why you feel. What about those experiences were you not able to really lay out and research all the facts about that situation, and then come to a resolution or a resolve around the truth? There's your side, their side, and then there's always the truth. That's a process of discerning, right? And so this is saying that concealing that from humanity, that it is a divine right and a divine necessity to explore where those emotions stem from, right? There's this energy of kind of remaining detached, not necessarily you, but if you don't detach yourself from your emotions and put it all in God's hands, then you are entertaining the devil, or you're allowing the devil to take root inside of you, and that's not true. We are light and dark, right? So the devil in reverse is saying that you can ignore it and ignore it and ignore it, and eventually the truth is going to come to a head. It's going to pop. The pimple has to pop. And then, and only then, when you allow yourself to see the truth about oneself, then you can even get to the layer of your true heart's desires. So we have to, like you tear the weeds out of your crop, you have to tear the weeds out. And the weeds are the things that we don't want, the things that we don't like to feel or experience, in order to get to the part of the root that we still want to grow. We want to foster our hopes, dreams, and desires. We want to love. That's a part of our journey. But we want to do it in our truth and in our authenticity. That is where I'm conveying it from a perspective of, I can see how you pretty much you've unearthed a lot about yourself. You've allowed people to come into your life and to be healthy and unhealthy mirrors into oneself. And that is exactly how you're supposed to be on this journey, right? That's how you get to your North Node. That's how you're able to properly emotionally resolve experiences of the past. So you are unlocking doors. You're unlocking yourself. That's how you're able to love. And so when people want to know, how can you still love after all of this? How can you still be so positive after all of this? It took root work. It took weeding. It took planting. And then it took patience to watch it go through its natural cycles. And so being in the present moment has been a superpower for you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're gorgeous. And you're about to enter into your phase of existence of pure bliss. This is how you get to your bliss. This is how you get to that foundation, that stable foundation within, right? Because as long as that joy resides inside of you, as long as that stability is created inside of you, it's already done. It's already sealed. It's already delivered. So some of you guys are going to come across someone that has gone through a lot of these experiences, and they haven't quite figured out how to reach this space of heaven on earth. But you have. And so I see you breaking bread with someone that has been indoctrinated or converted into a specific ideology. And through conversation, you guys will exchange. Like I said, it feels like an interview or a conversation. This person is communicating to you. They're being real with you. With their disappointments. Because I feel as if this is someone that has been struggling with how to manifest, how to embark on their destiny, and feeling as if the greatness that they were born from, right? All of the books they've read, all of the doctrines that they have experienced, the teachings that they've engulfed. Why is it that there's so many blockages, so many hindrances on their journey and their path? And they genuinely want to know, how did you do this? How did you turn your pain into purpose? How did you convert? It's like, instead of converting people, you converted your experiences into energy exchange, right? Thus making you the co-creator with the universe, because you are co-creating with the cord, that thread of existence. And instead of trying to wield it and control it, you're allowing it to even bring into your life the good and the bad, so you can discern it. So it's a process of not elimination, but a process of realization of yourself. Because in order to understand the world around you, you must know yourself first. And that's why you're committed. That's your investment. 7 of Pentacles. And so along the way, you will meet many people that are on the verge of their breakthrough. And you're like the person that they meet right before they have that major breakthrough, right before the spells are really dismantled, right? So I see you networking, making many partnerships, having many conversations, and you're a channel for divine light. And you're going to come across those that want to, harvest you, wield you, and kind of make you their, I want to say, apprentice, or they want to make you their understudy. I don't know the word for it, prodigy, but really, you don't need anyone to tether themselves to you in order for you to express love, in order for you to be love. You don't need it. Because your love is not contingent on how someone does, treat you. It's not contingent, which means that if a person does you wrong, you understand that the lesson isn't for you. Even if in that moment it felt as if it was being done to you, it was only happening for you. And that's why you keep alchemizing these experiences so effortlessly. That's your purpose. Dang. And a lot of leaders may view you as someone that's there to dismantle them, but you're not. You're not there to dismantle them. You can't dismantle something that is already solid, right? That's already firm. You can't tear down something that has a solid foundation. And so the fear that you would be the one to make them feel something that they're not accustomed to feeling. You would be the one to make them want to heal. You would be the one that makes them want to do something they said they never would do. Embark on a journey with you. Bars. It's not a curse. It's not a punishment. It's something they were already desiring. You understand? Because you can't make anybody want something that they didn't already initially want. That's the true statement. They just didn't know how to travel through that murky waters to accomplish what their heart's desires. Matter of fact, they detached themselves from feeling as if they were ever able to have it or deserve it. It's disassociation. Mm. So I see someone letting go of their egotistical stand or their arrogant ways, their cocky, arrogant ways, defense mechanism, because they're ready to change. They're ready to do the work. They're ready to let things go. They're ready to move on. And all you ever did was you just stood there in between. You just were guided at a fork in a road. And not every time you were guided to a fork at a road, the fork was for you. But you would get something out of it. Just like they get something out of it. But every fork in the road, you find yourself in situations where you are like an earth angel that people come across. And they have the choice to either let their burdens go or walk away with it. It's no different if you're doing a Reiki session and here you are being a vessel for that universal energy to flow through you as the channel. But it is only up to the querent for them to determine whether or not they're ready to release those emotions or they're ready to release that energy, whatever that may be. They have that free will. They have that choice. They don't have to carry it with them. They don't have to manifest off it. It doesn't have to be their narrative that they continue to go about the rest of their life with. They can bring it back into the all encompassing, thread of love that we all are created from. But again, with every client, with every querent, with every person that you come in contact with, you're just a crossroad. You're at a point of a crossroads. And you're just, someone, instead of walking at the crossroads so you won't be lonely, meet me at the crossroads so you don't be lonely. You be guided to these crossroads and major, paths, markers on people's journeys. They were always meant to come across you because their soul will recognize your soul. And look, freedom. Freedom. So you're about to break some chains. Through simple conversation, through simple energy exchange. So let's get the lesson and the blessing, why don't we? This is why certain things hasn't been successful. So this can either go one or two ways. It depends on the querent. Depends on the client. It depends on the person. It could be a random stranger that you bump into. It depends on them. Because in order to journey down this journey of purpose, in order to walk down this path, they have to make a decision. The decision is not up to yours to lean them either right or left. You're just standing. You're just the two of wands. Are you ready to embark on your purpose? Are you ready to accept your soul's mission? And my soul's mission may be different from your soul's mission. And that's okay. That's permission to be your true authentic self. All right, Spirit, what is the lesson? Look at that, thorns. This is the Christ consciousness. Ultimate awareness of oneself. That's where the blessings begin. All right, so what is the lesson? We have luck, and what is the blessing? So the lesson here is that destiny, you are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Destiny. Perspective. Okay, so we're ascending. We're going higher. Higher learning, evolution, evolving as a consciousness, right? So destiny is not some invisible force that is wielding control of your decisions and forcing you down paths that you do not desire or want. Destiny is the thread that we are all connected to. And whether you pray for it or not, when you bend, when you pull on that thread, Two of Pentacles, you see here, when you pull on that thread, it will tie you to certain people that are meant to play out that those series of events with, and it will, what's the word that I'm hearing a word, what is the word? It will pretty much lock you in to the next series of events, but it's going to also tie you to other people that are meant to play out these series of events with. Who those people will be determined. It will be how they're all kind of like brought together, but it's all accord. And so the lesson here is to understand that anytime you make a decision and it is not what you want, then you are tying yourself to experience. You're tying yourself with other players connected from that same infinite source of life, to come into your life. You're calling it into your life, and you're tying yourself to them to play those series of events out, right? And when you don't want it, you'll experience the side of it, of the coin, where you're at the tail. And when you honor your soul and what you truly desire, again, it will do both. It will tie you to other people that will come into your life. You guys will come into each other's life, and you will play out a series of events that you all desire. It's a mutual desire. So you can either connect yourself with people with mutual desires, or you can connect yourself with people that will require you to experience a lesson. But it is not something that's just happening to you. You have to confirm that. You have to affirm that, right? You have to know what you desire, what makes you happy, to experience all the goodness thereof. So when you go through the trials of that choice, you understand that it is the necessary making. It is the necessary weeds that you get to explore, and you get to decipher, and you get to unpack. But you mutually want to do it. You mutually desire for the end result. So you stay there and you water the plant and you watch it grow and you give it the nutrients that it needs without wanting to run away from it. That is the lesson here. As long as you're not doing something that you want to do, you will no longer want or aspire to watch it grow, to see it into fruition, to feel the joy that comes, the bliss that comes from seeing it start from the bottom and up, And the blessing here is you ascend, you become wiser. It says your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. And even more, you know that you're not in it alone, because there's nothing to hide. You know that you're in perfect alignment. I'm seeing a Reiki session here. Okay. I'm seeing someone get a Reiki session, and they're attuning themselves to the angels. So their channel is more clear, and other energies that they don't want, is those attachments are being removed to give them a clean slate to be able to manifest what they do want. I like this for you, Taurus. Very clean cut to the point. Okay, so that is all that I have for you guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Like always, bye.